Hello, today I will be showing you how to properly use a Armitron brand sport watch to its fullest potential. This watch is digital and it comes with many features including a rotating bezel, a water resistance of up to about 330 feet, meaning you can swim with it, you can take showers with it, you can prance in the rain if you so wish to. But this watch was not made for diving. It'll eventually crack under the pressure. Anyway, its first main feature is time telling. Yep. See, the time here. The PM. It could be PM or AM, whatever M it is. We have the date, which is Sunday today. I'm a bit late on this, I know. That's the month, the 11th, and that's the date. And that little bell means I have an alarm set up for every hour it rings. So anyway, moving on to its next feature, we have a stopwatch and the time down there too. So you press start and stop and it starts, and when you press start and stop again, it stops. Surprise, surprise. I know, right? Next feature is something called a timer. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but it's a pretty magnificent thing. You press it, and it shows you the max time, which is one whole day. I don't know who needs a timer for one whole day, but whatever suits you. For some reason, I have a timer set for 5 hours and 17 minutes. I use the 17 minutes to cook my pizzas every day, because I eat pizzas every day, because I'm a very healthy individual. And the hours, I don't know why it's there. Anyway, moving on, let me just get off this. We have the alarm. I do not use this because this is a very pathetic alarm clock. I mean, I sleep in. I'm a pretty decently heavy sleeper. I don't ignore everything, but I'm not gonna get woken up by this. Would you? I wouldn't. And then we have this. This is a clock as well. I'm sure you can tell. This is for a different time zone. I currently have my second time zone watch set for Moscow, Russia. You may be wondering why. I do not know either. It's just the first thing I thought whenever I first bought this watch. Hey, let's set up my second time zone for Moscow, Russia. So currently in Moscow, Russia, it is 1 o'clock and 50 minutes. It's 1:50 p.m. in Russia right now. Yeah. That's the time in our zone. We're like 3 hours ahead of those guys. So yeah, yes, we're America. America's always ahead. Yada yada yada. And then for our last but not least feature, we have this. From what the manual said, it's called a pacer. And while I'm not too familiar with the use of this pacer, I know one thing it is good for, and that is annoying people, because for every setting there is a plus 20. So no, actually no, I was wrong, I'm sorry. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 120, 160, 240, and 320. So what happens is whenever you choose a feature, it starts beeping at like a certain pace, because it's called a pacer. I guess you set this up, and as you're running or something, you just make sure your feet match the beep. I don't know, I've never used this, I've never seen a use for it, but I like to annoy people with it. You got 10. It takes forever to beep again, but it does beep again eventually. See, it takes 10 seconds. And the next feature, 20 seconds, it beeps even faster. See that? That was so fast. Next one is 30. This is way faster than the last one. See how fast that is? That's so fast. 40. Yeah, you get the point. 60, 80. Let's go to the max. This is the max limit. It is officially the fastest as well. And this is the setting I use to annoy everybody, because it is the greatest setting of all time. I mean, who would not get annoyed by this? I would. It's very annoying. Yes. Anyway, that's all the features of the Armitron watch, and if you read this guide, you will be the best. Okay, so last and most importantly, not least, we have its most useless feature, a rotating bezel. So for all you unsmart watch people out there, a rotating bezel is this right here. Well, technically, this is the bezel, and it rotates. So that's why it's called a rotating bezel. But you use this as like a little makeshift timer. So right now it's 5 o'clock. So let's say I wanted the timer for, or I guess a reminder more like it, for like 5:15. I put it right here. And that tells me, hey, you should go do whatever you gotta do at 5:15. And that's it. So in conclusion, a watch is rather handy, and everyone should have one, because if you have a watch, whenever a person asks what time it is, that means you have the right to say time for you to get a watch. So puns aside,